Salutations, friends. Welcome. Thank you for giving this opportunity for me to study Gita along with you. And congratulations that you are able to give your time. Today is special day, Gita Jayanti Day. So, Margashira Masa Shuddha Ekadashi. Today, on this day, the Kaurava Pandava Yuddha had to begin at Kurukshetra much before the Yuddha started because Arjuna was in that. Uh, Wanted to see who are there both sides, asked Krishna to take chariot in between. When taken, he saw both sides, only his own friends, relatives. So then he becomes so much demoralized. He says, I can't fight the war, let us go away. But he doesn't go away that way immediately, surrenders to Krishna. Then Bhagavan Krishna starts giving him the Upadesham, that is called Gita. In this Gita, in 700 slokas, in 18 chapters, Bhagavan, not only to Arjuna, but through him to all of us, gives all the knowledges to be gained, understanding to be gained, attitudes to be developed, intentions to be purified, values to be practiced, and the world to be understood, understanding our own self, setting the goals, reaching the goals, the worldly goal, spiritual goal. Every topic on the earth, under the earth, is being discussed by Bhagavan here. That is why, if you study or not other Shastra, one Bhagavad Gita, if you thoroughly study under somebody's guidance, then your life will be beautifully made. But after studying and understanding, we have to practice it also. So today is Gita Jayanti day. We only can do pranam to Gita Mata, to Bhagavan Krishna, to Veda Vyasa, and to all the masters who brought Gita up to us, who are teaching us. So many things can be done, but then as every day we'll do the mantra, we will do common sense thought in short, we'll do our third chapter's continuation. After that, some more things if I feel like I'll share with you. With my request to you all, you remember the Margashira Shuddha Ekadashi every year Gita Jayanti. In fact, you can commit from today to chant or study 2 slokas every day. By the year end, next year Gita Jayanti तक आपको तो पूरा गीता आ जाएगा. It takes hardly how much time, only little only. So let us do our everyday prayer. Om 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 Sahana Vavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai Om Shanti 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 Om Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः. Having done so, every day one mantra. Today being Gita Jayanti, let's do the Krishna mantra only. The mantra is Om Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama. Om Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, or Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama we'll do later on. Om Shri Krishnaya Namaha. This much. Praying to Lord Krishna in the heart that as dynamically, contributingly, productively he lived the life for the sake of entire universe. May we also live our life full of that bubbling joy and enthusiasm serving the world around. With this idea, Om Shri Krishnaya Namaha 27 times, 81 you do, keep a target of 1,08,000, definitely achieve. And while doing the chanting, like Krishna, we must be happy, active, dynamic. Like Krishna, we have to full of the wisdom. Like Krishna, we have to live life only for the service of the world. May the Jnanam of Bhagavan come to us. And by His grace, may we have the outer prosperity also. Because you are youth, you can ask for that. हमको क्या करना है? We can't even manage that. We need only Jnanam and Mukti. But you can ask for it. Start. Om Shri Krishnaya Namaha. 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 Om Shri Krishnaya Namo Namaha. We have done the japam. Very good. Now today's common sense thought is so simple, friends. You know, allow me to share it. Ki, all the wisdom required for our life are given in our Shastra. Simple common sense thought today is no day should pass without listening or studying our Shastras. But don't do erratically or in a confused manner without rhyme and reason or purpose, like many elders do. What I recommend to you is what? Choose one person who can teach you, request him to talk on one particular text, and listen the text from beginning till end. And yourself study and note the essence of that and implement in life and get benefited. For you, the best of the Shastra is Bhagavad Gita only, third chapter you can do. Then, or maybe Hanuman Chalisa, or first 15 shlokas of Valmiki Ramayanam, or in Mahabharata, the Shanti Parva or Vidura Niti, or in Tulsi Ramayana, again the values that are given in the beginning. So many are there. I am going to talk to you in Upanishads. I am going to teach you. I will not leave you when the Gita is over. That also we talk. So common sense is we are Indians. We are Bharatiya. We are Sanatana Dharmi. For us, the support and everything is our own Shastra, their Jnanam. How can we be ignorant of them, Batao, for whatever the reasons, non-justifiable, no? What a tremendous amount of the treasure of all loving guidance is given in them to us. I'm not asking you study all the thousands of Shastras that are there. If you can do is nothing like that. So one or two chapters of Gita, one Upanishad, one beautiful portion of Ramayanam, one portion from Bhagavad, chota chota, one portion from Mahabharata, and then some great guidance of saints like Adi Shankara, etc. Some 10 12 texts if you can study, maximum, enough. Your life is made. Common sense is every day. Now, luckily, anyway, we are going through Gita. You can do homework of it of remembering what is said. You can listen again, it's available, and note down your points. And always think about the validity of them. Is the speaker correctly speaking? Is it really true? Is it understandable? Is it acceptable? Is it practicable? Will it give benefit? लगाओ दिमाग. हम तो जबरदस्ती नहीं कर रहे हैं, हम तो सिर्फ पढ़ा के जा रहे हैं. लेकिन मेरे को उम्मीद है, हमको उम्मीद है क्योंकि हम खुद भी कर रहे हैं. When we do, it definitely gives the result. In the same way, take up some stotrams. Each God one stotra and learn it. So today's common sense thought, because it is Gita Jayanti, purely regarding Shastra. More detail I don't want to say, but you just commit and read. See the transformation that happens. And again, the mind and Maya and the world being invincible, terrible, powerful enemies, you can't even say that मैंने एक आध पढ़ ली हो जाएगा. नहीं होता. Like every day we have to eat food for our body strength and energy. So too for our mind and intellect to have the strength and immunity throughout life and many lives. Every day we have to study, that's it. So 1 hour or 45 minutes or at least half an hour for my Shastra study every day you dedicate. Then every day the knowledge is gained, the intellect is very strong, it's not overpowered by the mind and senses. The wrong decisions we don't take to do wrong things and suffer. Right decisions we take and do right things and get benefits of it. So this can be our common sense thought for the day. That's enough. Now, about Bhagavad Gita, we are into the third chapter. Almost we are concluding it. Till yesterday, we discovered who is the enemy so powerful, who is holding our neck and forcing us to commit all the sins. Yesterday's shloka we also saw where are his headquarters. Today, how to conquer him, how to defeat him, where to start from. Only one shloka, very short and sweet for very short span of time, we will see today. Not much. So, who is that enemy? Kama, alias the Krodha and also the Lobha. Is it not? And where is this Kamana residing? In the Buddhi as a conviction and desire, in the mind level as an emotion and agitation, at the senses level and body level as perception and action, a habit. Three places it is there. Before that, we saw Mahashanaha, Mahatmapma. It never ends, it consumes entire life, but never says it is enough. And it is like a burning fire, it burns all our your good qualities, etc. And as this the enemy of desires grow in many multiple angles, etc., to fulfill them, the resources are not there. Therefore, we start doing the papa for that sin, the wrong things. Then लेने का देना पड़ता है. What we have that also is lost. We are put behind bars. Therefore, come to a conviction slowly to eliminate the desire and live the life on the basis of dharma for the sake of serving the world and to reach the God. In this way, we have to start becoming stronger, stronger right from youth age. Don't imagine that when you come to the age of 60, then you can start improving. Nobody in the world improves from 60. They will improve at 60 if they start from 16. 16 से शुरू किया तो 60 में शुरू होगा. तो क्या है ना कि ठीक बनना, यहाँ से शुरू नहीं की, अप टू एज ऑफ 60 सब बिगाड़ लिया अपने आप को, उसके बाद यू कैन नेवर. Right from beginning only, we have to learn all these things slowly, transform ourselves. So, noble desires you have, desire of duty, desire of serving society, desire of serving parents, desire of knowing God. Be busy in that. The rewards are spectacular there also. Instead of that, all the ignoble desires which drag us down to the animal level, to the devilish level, those things we have to definitely avoid. This is how a human being evolves to the divine, stopping himself, protecting himself from falling to the lower level of animals. हम इवॉल्व होके आ रहे हैं, पशु से मनुष्य बने, मनुष्य से मनीषी बनना चाहिए, पीछे नहीं जाना चाहिए. If you ask me a direct question, why should not we indulge in all Sukha Bhoga, Swamiji, by hook or crook is? Only one answer is the place from where you have evolved to become as an animal, human. From here you will go back to your own earlier life of the animal only. If you are ready for that, you can continue. That is a direct answer. पशुओं से मनुष्य में आए तो मनुष्य को क्या करना वही करना है. पशु जो करते हो करोगे तो we go back to that animalistic level. And in these things now, don't look at the people and get misguided by them. When they are indulging, they are enjoying, why can't I? They are not coming to Gita classes. They are not as lucky as you to be blessed by Gita Mata, Lord Krishna, Vyasa Bhagavan and all the gurus. From them, the Lord is not expecting as Lord is expecting from you. You will be the leader tomorrow, master of life tomorrow, a trendsetter tomorrow, a guide to many. They are not expected like that. They'll be a wrong or bad example only. You will be the right example. And they are not available, you are available. And it is again, ultimately, when you ask question directly, after giving all these examples, explanations, we to leave choice to you only. लाख कहो स्वामी आप फिर भी आपको छोड़कर हम वहीं जाएंगे. We live life of indulgence like that person prompted by the kamana doing all the papa. What can we do? Choice ultimately is yours. Some things we always understand in beginning. Some things we have to do with faith. Then the things which we have to understand will be understood after the result comes when we do with faith. So therefore have bharosa in Gita. Live life according to Gita for a few years. You can see how great, grand, noble person you will be. By now only in last 76 days when we are studying so many topics, even one or two also if you have implemented, you could have seen definitely the transformation positive in yourself. So the world will be in its own mood going, in its own direction of whether you call it as construction or destruction or negative or positive. Let us get guided by the masters in this Guru, not by the people, not get misguided by the people who desire, who for fulfilling desire commit all the sins. Help yourself. Okay? So the mantra number the 41, only one we will see today. Tomorrow, two shlokas we will see that chapter 3 will be over. So the earlier shloka was Indriyani Manobuddhi Asya Adhishtanam. So in this shloka, कहाँ से शुरू करें to conquer this bitter enemy called a desire? That will be explained to us. Okay, we'll do that. Before that, let's chant. Om Sri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Sri Geetha Sharanam Mama, Sri Vyasa Sharanam Mama, Sri Sadguru Sharanam Mama, Sri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Sharanam Mama, Sharanam Mama. Om Sri Krishna Parabrahmane Namaha, Srimad Bhagavad Gita. अथ तृतीयोऽध्यायः कर्मयोगः श्रीभगवानुवाच अथ एकचत्वारिंशः श्लोकः. So the words of shloka are tasmat tvam indriyani adau niyamya bharatarshabha papmanam prajahihi enam jnana vijnana nashanam. So many, few words only, not many. So like every day, let us chant it 2 plus 2 plus 1, 5 times. Let us say तस्मात् त्वमिन्द्रियाण्यादौ तस्मात् त्वमिन्द्रियाण्यादौ नियम्य भरतर्षभ नियम्य भरतर्षभ पाप्मानं प्रजहिह्येनं पाप्मानं प्रजहिह्येनं ज्ञानविज्ञाननाशनं ज्ञानविज्ञाननाशनम्. Again, तस्मात् त्वमिन्द्रियाण्यादौ तस्मात् त्वमिन्द्रियाण्यादौ नियम्य भरतर्षभ नियम्य भरतर्षभ पाप्मानं प्रजहिह्येनं पाप्मानं प्रजहिह्येनं ज्ञानविज्ञाननाशनं ज्ञानविज्ञाननाशनम्. टुगेदर तस्मात् त्वमिन्द्रियाण्यादौ नियम्य भरतर्षभ पाप्मानं प्रजहिह्येनं ज्ञानविज्ञाननाशनम्. Now, who is our enemy? Kamana. What it does makes us commit the sin endlessly. Will it end by fulfilling it? No, it is Maha Ashanaha. Therefore, what it should be taken by as the bittermost enemy. And then nobody keeps the enemy with them and get killed by that enemy. So we have to send away the enemy or eliminate the enemy. Okay? Then in the earlier shloka we saw the three places of this kavana. Indriyani as actions, indulgences. Manaha has strong feelings, emotions, etc. for it. In the buddhi has deep convictions and impressions and samskar. Now listen, we have to eliminate this kamana at all the three levels. Kahin nahi rehna shatru. But among these three places, if you see, at the conviction level, straight away, can we act upon and eliminate them? Very difficult it is, because from many lives, we are living only this life of indulgence. So straight away, change the conviction at the buddhi level is not possible, although one day we have to achieve that also. Straight away you can't act upon at the intellectual level. Only very rare few will be there who deeply analyze, understand, and fully get convinced about the desires to be destructive, detrimental enemies. Then they change convictions and the life. सबसे नहीं होता हो. You can't directly attack the enemy kamana stationed at the buddhi level. Like when the enemies are there in different bunkers level, there is a topmost or difficult most bunker. You won't go there directly. First, you manage at the lower levels and then go there. So, straight away, changing convictions cannot be possible. But without changing conviction, also, you will not get totally transformed from a desire oriented, sin committing person to a duty oriented, meritorious person. It is also true. One. Second point, can we change the sentiments, emotions, feelings for the desires or eliminate at that level, one level में भी वो भी easily तुरंत नहीं होता है because we are so much fond of those bhoga or attachment to those enjoyments. मजा मजा आता है. That is why anybody tells us to drop your desire, we become angry because it is strong conviction in our intellect. Again, if that person is little powerful than us, when he tells with his authority, drop it, so we don't become angry because we become sentimental. "हाँ, अब ऐसे कैसे कहते हैं मेरे से?" That means the desire is so strong in the mind level that you don't want to part with easily. Then in these two, when they are difficult, then what is left out to us is only at the sense organs level. That is why Bhagavan starts telling that first conquer the desire at the sense organs level by strictly disciplining yourself and controlling from the excessive indulgence. Thereafter only you look into yourselves, feel for yourself that I could do control of senses. In that way, at the mind level also you can conquer. Then at the intellectual level, if you analyze, when I have not indulged in the desire, nothing is lost. On the other hand, the time is saved, energy is saved, money is saved. With this, I could work for my goal, I could reach. Therefore, working toward the goal with all the efforts and abilities is any day noble and greater than wasting life, time, and energy in trying to fulfilling the desire, doing all the nonsense. That conviction will be changed in the intellect later on. बट शुरुआत कहाँ से करना है? तस्मात् आई एम नाउ एक्सप्लेनिंग यू द श्लोका. तस्मात् therefore, हे अर्जुना, त्वं यू इंद्रियाणि, the sense organs, आदौ, in the beginning, नियम्य, having fully disciplined in them, controlling them, पाप्मानं प्रजहिहि एनं, ज्ञान विज्ञान नाशनम. दिस ज्ञान और विज्ञान को नाश करने वाले, हमारे द्वारा सारे पाप कराने वाले, दिस कामना को प्रजहि, जीतो, हरा दो, एलिमिनेट कर दो. The final elimination of the desire is when the convictions change in us from my life is for fulfilling the desire to my life is to know the Lord, or before that, at least my life is to serve others through my dharma, not for indulgence. The change in conviction is final victory, but before that, starting is from where? Indriyani adho niyamya. See, this also came in second chapter also. इन्द्रियस्येन्द्रियास्यार्थे रागद्वेषौ व्यवस्थितौ तयोर्न वशमागच्छेत् तयोर्ह्यश्च परिपन्थिनौ. It came in this very chapter earlier. Second chapter also. Indriyanam hi charatam yan manon vidiyate tadasya arati pragnam. That was spoken. Tortoise example also was given. That like the tortoise, whenever in the danger comes, it pulls all its legs under its shelter. So too, under the shelter of our goal, we have to pull all our limbs when there is a danger of any desire that is lurking, tempting our sense organs. We saw all that. तस्मात् यस्य महाबाहो निगृहीतानि सर्वशः इंद्रियाणि इंद्रियार्थेभ्यः तस्य प्रज्ञा प्रतिष्ठिता. That shloka you just see number of talk, I don't know, but we have studied it thoroughly. So here also, tasmatvam indriyani ado niyamya. If the deep-rooted desires, vasanas, samskaras, if we have to eliminate them, where we have to start from is the control of the senses first. In that also, whatever desires that are there, like dhumena vriyate vahnihi, like the smoke covering the fire, those desires slowly drop. It's all your homework more than my teaching you. You list out all the lust, passion, desires because of which you are doing the sin. Among them, first decide that all of them have to conquer and become a noble person to serve the world through my duty and other services. Finally, I embark on the path of spirituality. पहले conviction होना चाहिए. Then among this list made of what desires I am having, because of which I am doing the papa, among them, which is simpler and easier one to give up, that you start doing. Then you get strength that, yeah, I can live without the fulfillment of the desire. Then the deeper, higher also you can keep on dropping. That is called as Indriyani Niyamya. At the sense organ level, first we should deny the things, first we should deny the indulgences, etc. Then through the sublimation, they develop the inner conviction, that confidence and conviction that I can be without committing that sin for fulfilling that desire. I can live a safe, healthy, good life. This confidence we'll get when we start slowly giving up the Indriya Vastus, which easily can be given up. You list it out and you make it. But the first sadhana is Indriya should be controlled from indulgence in the Indriya Vastus. Indriyon ka niyaman karna, from running into Indriya Vastus because of the desires. Then later on, go to the mind level. Instead of the sentimental emotions that I can't live without them, have a positive emotion that really I could be without that also, and it never made any loss to me. In fact, I could save my time, energy, money, and then it is good. That way, sentimentally, emotionally, also, we have to conquer desires. And finally, am I a fool or what? Coming as a human being, destroying myself by falling to the level of animals and devils, by entertaining the desires through indulgence for which every sin I was committing. This is no good, it is nonsense. I'm totally giving it up, changing to be a noble person. That conviction at the intellectual level comes. Now imagine a person who is at the intellectual level convinced that his life is only to dedicate for the world's service through duty and all, and his life is only for the Lord to be spiritually growing. He is called as saint. And remember, through indulgence in the objects, through indulgence in money and all, whatever the happiness, peace you are getting, all of that will come here. But without the negative things being done, which we do if we are not this way changing ourselves. And we discussed 3 days back, if you remember, differentiation between the objects and happiness. Is our desire for the objects or is our desire for happiness? If this one thing is clearly understood, then what we were talking last 2 3 minutes, you'll be able to catch. All of us seek happiness, desire happiness, not the objects. We think through the objects the happiness is coming. Therefore, we run behind them, become slave, and to get them, we commit all the sin. But when I understand that I need happiness, happiness is not outside, it is inside. Then, with this background, this Indriya Niyamanam, happily, effortlessly, we can do to the level of conviction that my life is to be happy. Happiness is not in indulgence in the desires by wrong means. Happiness is in being noble. Happiness is in doing duty. Happiness is in serving the world. Happiness is in nearing to the Lord through spiritual practices. These convictions will come. Overnight will not come, straight away will not come. When you keep on studying Gita, understanding it, accordingly you have suppressed the desires. Indriyani ado niyamya. After suppression, you observe whether I lost something or anything. Definitely you have lost that indulgence. Oh, bhog ka sukh to jayega hi. But more than that is not your self-confidence, your self-respect, your freedom from it. Else, as a slave to that, how many sins we were going on committing? देखो पापरहित पुण्ययुक्त धर्मयुक्त अध्यात्मयुक्त जीवन slowly we have to evolve in. While evolving this way, you be a doctor, you be a lawyer, then you'll be a better doctor, better lawyer, a spiritual doctor, lawyer you are, along with treating them or taking care of the cases with your spirituality, spiritual power of all this, you can do those seva, those works much better way. You can see the joy multiplied. Any professional with a spiritual outlook, when he does his profession, he'll be more and more happy, satisfied inside, and perfect in performance outside. There's no doubt at all about it. So, hey Bharatarshava, a best among the Bharata clan, O Arjuna, therefore, to conquer this enemy who is at 3 headquarters, first conquer him at the body senses level. How? By controlling them. That means any desire crops up, don't immediately indulge into the activity, indulge into the enjoyment. Don't commit the sin to procure that. थोड़ा नियमन करो, control करो. Now देखो, Even that also we can't do ourselves. Somebody should be reminded, should remind us. Therefore, for the sake of reminding only, we have our parents and elders. That is why in the good olden days, we used to have the joint families. Therefore, elders are there always to guide us, to protect us from the indulgence in the sinful activity because of desires. And the youngsters also used to get guidance from them. And those that way, even though they had so many non-positive thoughts there was some fear, there was some guidance. They used to save themselves because of that. Nowadays, no care with parents, no joint families, no elders to tell us. We want so much freedom. We want to live all alone by our own selves, with the devil of the mind, with the evil of the desire, in that indulging and doing such nonsense, that it is a shame to ourselves, and we and then all the great possibility of ours to evolve, to succeed, we are destroying. होता था पापा या ग्रैंडफादर, वो यूँ कहते बच्चा ये तो कर रहा है ठीक नहीं, या go and consult parents or elders. Father, this is not coming to me, बेटा this is not noble, don't do that, it will destroy you. पहले बताते थे वो लोग, खुद ही जीते थे, हमको भी बचाते थे. हम हमको कंसल्ट नहीं करते हैं, और we live life licentiously, sinful because desire and destroy. Even if you want to ask elders, parents, they themselves are in all nonsense. Therefore, we have nobody else other than our own Guru and Geetha, the text, to guide us in this regard. So the summary is what? The desire is the bittermost enemy. As long as you have that, you will commit papa and go down and down and down. First conviction is therefore is to rise above the desires. And how to do? Find where they are located. They are located. The desire is located at the Indriyani Mano Buddhi Asyadhisthana Uchate. Directly at the Buddhi level, you can't remove the convictions. At the mind level, the sentiments also you cannot drop. What you can at the beginning do is Indriyam ko niyaman karoge. What is the meaning of that? Stop indulging. After stopping indulging, then substantiate that effort by the mental emotion that yes, good, I could do that. Then go to the intellect level, say, well, change the conviction that I thought I can't live without it. Now I know not only I can live without it, but it is better that I left it. Instead of that, this positive thing I'm doing, it's very good. So a drinking habit is there. First, to stop drinking with the at the gross level. Then use the mind and see the money is saved, energy is saved, health is saved, it is good. Then go to the intellectual level and convince her, I was unnecessarily slave to that stupid thing. Instead of that, let me do the noble things. If you have buttermilk and all, they had health to me. And this is only destroying. This is called intellectual change of conviction. Unless we change our intellectual conviction, again we'll come back to the lower level of fulfilling again desires through unrighteous means. फिर से धर्म पाप करते जाएंगे अगर बुद्धि बदलेगा नहीं तो. So only suppression doesn't help. It has to come to the conviction level. Straight away we cannot change convictions unless we stop or suppress at the senses level, outer level. Therefore, the beginning of journey always is Indriyani Adau Niyamya. This is how think deeply, understand detailedly, and make a plan of yourself. Make a list of desires, which simple superficial desires like that of fire on the smoke. First, you conquer them by giving them up and sublimating through intellectual understanding. Then get the inner confidence, and slowly that way, the deeper, subtler desires also you conquer. The desire for excessive sleep, desire for all the tasty food, so desire for so many ignoble things in life we entertain, and that's how from a human to animal level we are falling. Avoid all that. So that is what is today's shloka. Tasmatam indriyani ado niyamya. First at the sense level control and come to the changing level at the intellectual level also by reversing the conviction. It's only conviction ultimately. My human life is to serve to the world and reach the God. Is also conviction. No God, no world, no service. My life is only through the senses mind, indulging in the objects of the world. For that, I will do any crime to get the money. That is also a conviction. But the second one is destructive, devilish, sinful. The first one is constructive, divine, and it is meritorious. Choice is in our hands. Thank you, beta. This much enough today. Tasmat tvamindriyanyadau niyamya bharatarshava papmanam prajahihyenam jnana vijnana nashanam. So, I chanted the sloka for you. Class is over now. Today being Geetha Jayanti, what I can tell you, Geetha ही बोल रहे थे हम. हमारे लिए तो everyday Geetha Jayanti from last days, 76 days. So what I do in 3-4 minutes is I'll just tell you the names of every chapter of Gita. Just listen it academically. Details I won't say. Maybe one or two if I say. If you can catch it, catch it. If not, just patiently listen. First to second, third, I already told you. First chapter's name is Arjuna Vishada Yoga. So, Arjuna Vishada Yoga, it tells us why you and I enter into Vishada. And it also tells how we have to convert Vishada to Yoga by surrendering to the Guru and learn from him. First chapter's name, Arjuna Vishada Yoga. Second one is Sankhya Yoga. We have already seen in second chapter how the ultimate goals knowledge is given. Where do we stand? That knowledge is given. How to reach to that? That also is given. Third is Karma Yoga. We are seeing which karmas to do, with what attitude to do, for what purpose they have to be done. All we are taught. Then why do we do the karma of the sin? Just now is because of kamana, and how to slowly transcend it. That also is These are all beautiful details in the third chapter. Karma Yoga is its name. Now fourth one, after this we'll study Jnana Karma Sannyasa Yoga. In that, through knowledge, slowly we see that the unnecessary actions are dropped from our life. We become knowledge oriented more than action and result oriented. That's the fourth. Fifth one is Karma Sannyasa Yoga, where nothing of the world is sought. Therefore, nothing of the action resulting to those things is done. Then we are becoming more qualified for Jnanam Dhyanam. So this fifth chapter is Karma Sannyasa Yoga. Sixth chapter is called as Atma Samyama Yoga, in which how to quiet and control the mind through Abhyasa Vairagya, they are told. And in this chapter only, all meditation techniques are given. That's why it's also called as Dhyana Yoga. Seventh chapter is Jnana Vijnana Yoga. In that, how you and I as individuals come into manifestation and what is the role of Lord in enlivening us. That is told. So to how the nature, Prakriti, Maya binds us, how through surrender to the God we can transcend it. Seventh shloka, Jnana Vijnana Yogam, talks about these things. Eighth chapter talks about Akshara Parabrahma Yoga. There again through meditation, how to reach the God, it is taught to us. Ninth chapter is called as Raja Vidya Raja Guhya Yogam. In that also Paramatma shows us various means as to how to worship him. In that he tells the essence of all Vedantic knowledge. The ninth chapter is Jnana Vijnana Yoga. I am not going to teach you this Gita in this way. I will take up like I have done, which way it helps us the youngsters. For the elders how to talk, I will do it later on. Once this is over, maybe next year. So ninth chapter is Raja Vidya Raja Guhya Yogam. So many beautiful things are there. One of the slokas are Ananya Chintayantamam Ejna Varivaste. If you are regular in your devotion prayers to me, I'll see to it that your yoga kshema, protection of what you have, gaining of what you need, I'll take care of that. All that comes in ninth Raja Vidya Raja Guhya Yogam. 10th chapter is called as Vibhuti Yogam. In that, Bhagavan tells us, because Arjuna asks him how to worship him in everything. Vibhuti Ketasko. So in all mountains I am Himalayas, in all the birds I am the Garuda Bakshi, in all the rivers I am Gangaji, in all those horses I am the Chaishnavasa, all elephants I am the Airavatam, in all the Rakshas I am Prahlada, in all Pandavas I am you, Arjuna. In that way, he tells us this way you start worshipping me and recognizing my presence and accepting it. That's called Vibhuti Yoga. In the 11th, because Arjuna asks, Krishna shows the Vishwarupa Darshanam. That's why it's called Vishwarupa Darshana Yoga. Beautiful it is. Everything of the universe is found in Lord Krishna at that time. Now NASA also has shown the Vishnurupa. The Vishnurupa, Vishwarupa are the same. The 12th chapter is called as Bhakti Yoga. 4 levels of Bhakti are taught. Highest, second, third, fourth. Beautiful it is. And 32 values are taught, practicing which one side we make our outer life beautiful, second side the mind is purified, third we become qualified for devotion and liberation. 13th chapter is called a Kshetra Kshetra Vibhaga Yoga. Seer and seen. How the seen is bound by seer through attachment. How the seer can be detached from the seen for the liberation. Those higher things are taught in 13th chapter of Kshetra Kshetra Vibhaga Yoga. 14th chapter Gunatraya Vibhaga Yoga. It tells exhaustively the Maya in its 3 gunas and its influences and how we have to manage to conquer the lower gunas and come to the higher guna. 15th chapter, that's called Gunatraya Vibhaga Yoga. 15th chapter is called as Purushottama Prapti Yoga. He says in the 15th chapter, Again, all details of all spiritual sadhana, more importantly, the differentiation between Jiva and Ishvara and Paramatma, they are told. 16th chapter talks about the bad qualities of Asura and good qualities of Daiva. That's called Daiva Asura Sampad Vibhaga Yoga. 17th chapter talks about the Shraddhatre Bhaga Yoga, where variety of Shraddhas, faiths, good, bad, and indifferent, depending on our own inner gunas, Sattvic, Rajasic, Tamasic, they are explained, and how these three gunas work in our buddhi, in our action, in our mind, in our attitude. All that is explained in chapter 17. 18th chapter is called as Moksha Sannyasa Yoga. Finally, through knowledge and surrender, how we, by the grace of Lord, discover the God and get liberated. That moksha is given. So these are all 18 chapters. They are very sublime, very high level, very beautiful. Thousands of commentaries are written on that. Many, many more will be written also in future. You and I will learn from it how to succeed in life right now. Later on, we take Gita as support for our spiritual evolution also. In the meantime, study Gita, listen to Gita, pray that Gita becomes a Jatiya Shastram, and let every Indian, at least Hindus, even all of them also study Gita, learn from it, and make their life beautiful. This should be our sankalpa, this should be our prarthana, this should be our pratigna, this should be our prayatna also. So in this way, few things discussed better. It all a ocean-like thing. We have to stay together. I have to explain you word by word meaning. You should understand it, and you can shoot your questions. Then I'll answer them. You get convinced about it. Actually, the study should be like that. अभी आप कहीं बैठे हो, मैं इधर बैठे हो, ऑनलाइन में क्लास चल रहे, कब इंटरनेट जाएगा नहीं पता. And who are you seated also? I don't know. Listening more better than this, I can't. But physically, when I see you and you look at me, and then there is eye contact, there is continuous concern for each other, beautiful coordination. Then you ask, I tell. In this way, एक मजेदार जीवन में हो सकता है. From somebody you can do that. If anybody who is expert in Gita, find around your own family, in your own family and around, unse मांगकर, I want to have total knowledge of Gita. Ask them, they will teach you. You grow. So today on Gita Jayanti day, thanking Bhagavan Krishna for giving us Gita, thanking Vyasa Bhagavan for writing it in Mahabharata, and thanking Adi Shankaradi Gurus for giving us commentary, especially thanking Mother Gita for blessing and liberating millions and millions of people who followed her right from the time it was delivered. And our commitment for Gita Mata on this Gita Jayanti day is daily without break, we'll listen to Gita and do the chanting, learn it by heart, know the meaning, try to implement that. Being blessed by Krishna, Vyasa, and Gita and Guru, we slowly evolve in our life from this human to the divine, not allowing ourselves to fall from the human to the animal level. So, too, let us do the respect and reverence to Gita, do the prachar of Gita. Anybody talks non-positive गीता उनको थोड़ा अच्छी तरह जवाब और एक्सप्लेनेशन देना और कहना भाई रेस्पेक्ट करो अपने शास्त्रों को धर्म को. In this way, today with this commitment, we will be doing our seva to Gita Mata. Thank you very much, all of you friends. ओम पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीम्. Having prayed to Gita Mata this way, thanking you all also for having patient audience, wishing you all the best. Let Gita enters to you and becomes one with you. You live life according to Gita guidance for outer successes, inner unfoldments. Thank you one and all. Like these are our beautiful shastras. If you give me chance like that, I can talk on Upanishads, Bhagavatam, Ramayanam. लेकर बहुत जिंदगी जिंदगी my life, I have nothing else in my life to achieve or do. All are seen and done, nothing required. Only to my youngsters, to my people who are ever ready, giving the knowledge of Shastra so that they make their lives beautiful. That's the only purpose. Let us meet sometime. Thank you.